ਇੰਟਰਨੈਸ਼ਨਲ ਕ੍ਰਿਮੀਨਲ ਕੋਰਟ ਦੇ ਸੀਨੀਅਰ ਵਕੀਲ ਨੇ ਇਜ਼ਰਾਈਲ ਅਤੇ ਹਮਾਸ ਦੇ ਮੁਖੀਆਂ ਤੇ ਯੁੱਧ ਦੌਰਾਨ ਅਪਰਾਧਾਂ ਦੇ ਦੋਸ਼ ਲਗਾਏ ਹਨ। ਉਹਨਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਮਨੁੱਖਤਾ ਵਿਰੁੱਧ ਘਿਨੌਣੇ ਅਪਰਾਧ ਕਰਨ ਵਾਲੇ ਵਿਸ਼ਵ ਨੇਤਾਵਾਂ ਦੀ ਸੂਚੀ ਵਿੱਚ ਵੀ ਸ਼ਾਮਿਲ ਕੀਤਾ ਹੈ। ਮੁੱਖ ਵਕੀਲ ਕਰੀਮ ਖਾਨ ਨੇ ਇਜ਼ਰਾਈਲ ਦੇ ਪ੍ਰਧਾਨ ਮੰਤਰੀ ਬੈਂਜਾਮਿਨ ਨੇਤਨਯਾਹੂ ਸਮੇਤ 2 ਇਜ਼ਰਾਈਲੀ ਨੇਤਾਵਾਂ ਅਤੇ ਹਮਾਸ ਦੇ 3 ਨੇਤਾਵਾਂ ਖਿਲਾਫ ਗ੍ਰਿਫਤਾਰੀ ਵਾਰੰਟ ਦਾ ਐਲਾਨ ਕਰ ਦਿੱਤਾ ਹੈ। ਵਕੀਲ ਨੇ ਹਮਾਸ ਦੇ 7 ਅਕਤੂਬਰ ਦੇ ਹਮਲੇ ਤੇ ਧਿਆਨ ਕੇਂਦਰਿਤ ਕੀਤਾ ਤੇ ਜਾਣਕਾਰੀ ਦਿੱਤੀ ਕਿ ਇਸ ਦਿਨ ਹਮਾਸ ਦੇ ਲੜਾਕਿਆਂ ਨੇ ਦੱਖਣੀ ਇਜ਼ਰਾਈਲ ਤੇ ਹਮਲਾ ਕੀਤਾ ਅਤੇ ਇਸ ਕਾਰਨ 1200 ਵਿਅਕਤੀਆਂ ਦੀ ਮੌਤ ਹੋ ਗਈ ਤੇ 250 ਵਿਅਕਤੀਆਂ ਨੂੰ ਬੰਦੀ ਬਣਾ ਲਿਆ ਗਿਆ।
Today I am filing applications for warrants of arrest before Pre-Trial Chamber 1 of the International Criminal Court in the situation in the State of Palestine. These applications are the outcome of independent investigations conducted by my office under the direction of the 2 principal trial lawyers standing behind me today, Brenda J. Hollis, who in addition to leading our work in the situation in Ukraine for the past couple of years, has since January also taken over leadership of the Palestine investigation, and Andrew Cayley, King's Counsel, who more recently joined the office and will be leading our work on the situation in the State of Palestine going forward. On the basis of evidence collected and examined and analysed by my office, I have reasonable grounds to believe that 3 senior leaders of Hamas, Yahya Sinwar, Mohammed Daif, and Ismail Haniyeh, bear criminal responsibility for the following international crimes committed on the territory of Israel and the State of Palestine from at least the 7th of October 2023. Extermination as a crime against humanity. Murder as a crime against humanity and as a war crime. The taking of hostages as a war crime. Rape and other acts of sexual violence during captivity as crimes against humanity and as war crimes. Torture during captivity is a crime against humanity and as a war crime. Other inhumane acts during captivity as a crime against humanity. Cruel treatment during captivity as a war crime. And outrages upon personal dignity during captivity as a war crime. These crimes were committed in the context of the ongoing armed conflict detailed in the applications, and as part of a widespread and systematic attack against the civilian population of Israel by Hamas and other armed groups. My office submits that there are reasonable grounds to believe that these 3 Hamas leaders are criminally responsible for the killing of Israeli civilians in attacks perpetrated by Hamas and other armed groups on the 7th of October 2023, the taking of hostages, and the other crimes alleged in our applications. My office has diligently collected evidence and interviewed survivors and eyewitnesses at the scene of at least 6 major attack locations. The applications rely upon evidence such as CCTV footage, authenticated audio, photographs and video material, expert evidence, and statements by Hamas and the members of other armed groups, including by the alleged perpetrators themselves. Sinwar, Daif, and Haniyeh not only planned and instigated the crimes committed on the 7th of October 2023 in our submission, they also acknowledged their responsibility through their own words and by their actions. They are charged both as co-perpetrators and as superiors. My office also submits today that there are reasonable grounds to believe that hostages taken from Israel, taken from their homes, taken from their communities, have been kept in inhumane conditions, and that some have been subjected to horrendous sexual violence, including rape, while being held in captivity. We have reached that conclusion based upon medical records, contemporaneous video and documentary evidence, and interviews with survivors. we are continuing our investigations into crimes committed on the 7th of October, including investigating further reports of sexual violence. And I repeat and underline my call for the immediate release of all hostages taken from Israel and for their immediate safe return to their families. This is a fundamental imperative, demanded by good conscience, demanded by morality, and demanded by international humanitarian law. Hostages must be released immediately.
ਇਸ ਦੇ ਜਵਾਬ ਵਿੱਚ ਇਜ਼ਰਾਈਲ ਨੇ ਗਾਜ਼ਾ ਵਿੱਚ ਫੌਜੀ ਹਮਲਾ ਕੀਤਾ ਜਿਸ ਵਿੱਚ ਹੁਣ ਤੱਕ ਲਗਭਗ 35,000 ਫਲਸਤੀਨੀ ਮਾਰੇ ਗਏ ਹਨ। ਇੰਟਰਨੈਸ਼ਨਲ ਕ੍ਰਿਮੀਨਲ ਕੋਰਟ ਦੇ ਇਸ ਫੈਸਲੇ ਦਾ ਅਮਰੀਕਾ ਤੇ ਬਰਤਾਨੀਆ ਨੇ ਵਿਰੋਧ ਕੀਤਾ ਹੈ ਜਦਕਿ ਫਰਾਂਸ ਨੇ ਇਸ ਫੈਸਲੇ ਦਾ ਸਮਰਥਨ ਕਰ ਦਿੱਤਾ ਹੈ। ਆਸਟ੍ਰੇਲੀਆ ਨੇ ਵੀ ਇੰਟਰਨੈਸ਼ਨਲ ਕ੍ਰਿਮੀਨਲ ਕੋਰਟ ਦੇ ਸਮਰਥਨ ਵਿੱਚ ਬਿਆਨ ਜਾਰੀ ਕੀਤਾ ਹੈ।
As the Secretary said in a statement a short time ago, the United States fundamentally rejects the announcement today from the prosecutor of the International Criminal Court that he is applying for arrest warrants for senior Israeli officials together with warrants for Hamas terrorists. There should be no equivalence between Israel and Hamas. None. Hamas is a brutal terrorist organization that carried out the worst massacre of Jews since the Holocaust and is still holding dozens of innocent people hostage, including Americans. Furthermore, the United States has been clear since well before the current conflict that the ICC has no jurisdiction over this matter. The ICC was established by its state parties as a court of limited jurisdiction. These limits are rooted in principles of complementarity, which do not appear to have been applied here, amid the prosecutor's rush to seek these arrest warrants rather than allowing the Israeli legal system a full and timely opportunity to proceed. In other situations, the prosecutor deferred to national investigations and worked with states to allow them time to investigate. The prosecutor did not afford the same opportunity to Israel in this case, which has ongoing investigations into allegations against its personnel. There are also deeply troubling process questions. Despite not being a member of the court, Israel was prepared to cooperate with the prosecutor and had made that clear. In fact, the prosecutor himself was scheduled to visit Israel as early as next week to discuss the investigation and hear from the Israeli government. The prosecutor's staff was supposed to land in Israel today to coordinate the visit, and instead, Israel was informed that the prosecutor's staff didn't get on their flight around the same time that the prosecutor himself went on television to announce these charges. These circumstances call into question the legitimacy and credibility of this investigation. Finally, this decision does nothing to help and could jeopardize ongoing efforts to reach a ceasefire agreement that would get hostages out of Gaza and surge humanitarian assistance in. Those are the goals that the United States is pursuing and will continue to pursue despite these actions by the ICC prosecutor.